Okay, so on to the next one here. I would highly recommend. It's still 11 minutes until the off, but I just wanted to point out this thing here. Whenever you have horses like this, where if you look at the traded range, right, it's huge. It's been all the way down to 2.5, and it's been a very quick sudden drift all the way up to 3s, right? And same with the second favourite. It was down at 2.9, and it's all the way up to almost 4s here. When you're trading these kind of horses, you have to be very careful, because you can see by the size of the prices on the other ones here that these two are obviously going to have a huge effect on each other. So you can see by the length of the traded range means that when you enter this market, the price is likely to move, and when it does, it'll move quickly. Because you can see that, imagine if you were backing the horse down here, or just sitting scalping, and suddenly the price moved and you didn't get out in time, and very quickly you will find yourself in a 10-15 tick loss. So yes, it's good to note that whenever it's got a long traded range, be careful, because it moves quickly. And as you can see, as I've been talking, it's moved from 2.9 all the way down to 2.7, 2.6, 7.6, 2.74, right? So you can see how quickly it moves just in a few seconds. So I'll pause the video now. I'll come back in a few minutes. So as you can see, like I said, the price has come down all the way from 2.86 somewhere, where I was talking in the last video, and it's all down now to 2.6, right? So it's quite a drift, and same with the second favourite. You can see it's drifted way out, and so these kind of races are difficult, but you can take advantage of it. I'll try and do that here now, right? Because if it does drift like that, then it's quite likely it's going to drift just as heavily in the other direction, right? So I'll pop in a speculative trade here. If it goes against me to, I don't know, 4.9, I'll just take the loss. But I'm entering here in the hope that it's going to retract a little bit and bounce back down past 4s, and I'll just cash out for a small profit, hopefully. Now I'm doing this on the basis that the fact that the favourite is actually coming down towards the bottom of his traded range. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it will keep going, to be honest, because it's already come in a fair chunk just in the last few minutes. So at this point, I'm not going to lay this one, even though I am expecting it, because if I'm wrong, if I laid this here and I was wrong, that would mean I would basically make a double loss, because the favourite would come in and this one would probably drift, and I would basically lose twice as much as I was anticipating. So whenever you're trading two horses which will, to some degree, oppose each other, only trade one at a time unless you really know what you're doing. So you can see here now it's coming down past the 4. Hopefully it keeps going. If it does, it'll be lovely. So I'm quite happy to leave this. I'm not bothered. I'll put a stop loss here on my original entry. So if it bounces back up again, then it's not a big deal. But what I'd quite like to see is that this come down to here somewhere. That would be quite nice. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Oh, maybe it does. The favourite is drifting quite heavily there. So it's hit my stop loss. Not a big deal. So you can see the favourites drifting and drifting and drifting, but nothing else. Well, this third favourite's coming in a little bit, but nothing drastic. So that tells me this is probably going to start coming in again now in a minute, because the second favourite is not moving. So if the favourite crosses the 3, I'm going to back the favourite there, because there's not enough movement here. There we go. there's not enough movement here in the second favourite. But as I say that, there's a huge chunk of money sitting here. And it does look like the favourite's going to keep drifting. But the second favourite does not want to break through the 4 for some reason. I'm just going to scalp out a few ticks here just to give myself a bit of breathing room on this position so I can let it run for a bit longer. So the horses are making their way down, or rather the last race is just finishing off. So the second favourite has now crashed through the 4. But the favourite is not really budging either. It's settling down around about the 3 mark. So I'm quite happy to just sit here and scalp out a few ticks. So now you can see I'm in a nice, I'm in a comfortable position here because I've set my stop loss at 305 because I scalped out a few ticks profit. And now I can just let this run. I'm not really too bothered about because obviously it's very volatile, so it will bounce back up again, down again, back up again. Again, if it hits my stop loss, I'm okay with that. But I'm hoping that this will come back down again to here somewhere. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, at this point, it is very tempting to do like a double thing here where I can lay the second favourite. But because the favourite's coming in, but at the same time, if I get this wrong, like I did before, I'm basically doubling my losses because these two are going to be opposing each other a little bit, even though they're both coming in, right? So I'll cash out there for that £1 profit. So you can see the horses are lining up now. So again, like I say in every single video that I do with small stakes, is that you can see there I've made a £1.25 profit just from using a £10 stake, okay? And again, that is scalable, so you can easily scale that up to £50 stakes and make £5 a race. But you have to, the only way you're going to learn the market, the only way you're going to learn how things move is to be totally unemotionally attached, which means you have to use small stakes. The second you use larger stakes, your heart starts racing and you become emotionally involved in the result of the trade. And that is when you are going to make mistakes, 100% guaranteed. So you use small stakes, because when you use small stakes, the second you enter the market, because the stakes are so small, you are in no way, shape or form bothered by the big red numbers on the side here. Which means you can just sit back, watch the market, and you can react to what is happening and what you're seeing, rather than your worry about losing parts of your bank. So yeah, I'll catch this out now, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want to learn to trade like I do, click on the link in the description. Or you can, if you're more of a football bettor and you do accumulators, you can check out akawinner.com. The link is in the description. It's a service where you can basically win every single accumulator you place. You can win every single one, guaranteed, every single time. It's an awesome service. I highly recommend you give it a try.